Hello, everybody. Sasha here. Um, so I thought I'd just say hello on a Friday afternoon. I've got two cameras going on at the moment, so I'm recording it that way and that way. Uh, so I wanted to say thank you, first of all of the amazing feedback from the interview I've just done with Liquid Bullet about the Essex Boys Saga, the Leah Betts saga, and everything that's been going on. So just picking up on that, thanks to all the subscribers and thanks for all the messages I've had. And wow, it's quite a story, isn't it? And I didn't know it was going to be quite so difficult to get out. So when Sky first got in contact with me, like I said in the podcasts, if you haven't seen them, go over to Liquid Bullet and they're all up there, 1, 2, and 3 now. So when Sky first got in contact with me, I said a load of stuff that didn't get put in the actual documentary. We waited like a year for it to come out. There was me thinking my whole story was going to come out. And no, they said they'd cut quite a lot, but they didn't say they cut quite that much. So yeah, they cut all of it, most of it, just a couple of little lines from me, and that was it. So that was that. Lots of things have been going on in my life. And then a old regular at Raquel's got in contact and was giving me a bit of a prod and made me think about it more. And I was kind of a bit frustrated that I hadn't been able to get the conversation, my story out. And he told me about the Facebook groups. So I joined the Facebook group. And I'm just going to roll you through exactly what happened after I joined the Facebook group. So I had no knowledge, like I said in the podcast. If you haven't seen it, sorry for keep saying that, but if you have seen it, tuning in, then you know what I'm talking about. So I haven't been looking at any of the Essex Boys Saga for kind of the last 27 years or whatever it is, 28 years. And I haven't seen the films, but I do have one book on my bookshelf. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it is there. Welcome to my office, by the way. So yes, I do have this one. The Essex Boys by Bernard O'Mahony. Now, when was this written? Let's have a look. This was written in 2000. So hopefully I am coming out loud and clear. Let me have a quick look at my, yeah, I think my levels are okay. So I did read this 24 years ago. I can't even remember what I thought at the time. I haven't read it recently, but it's got, and that's kind of, this is why I bought it. Oh, look, it's Raquel's. Oh, Bernie's written a book. Bernie King. That's how I knew him, Bernie King. So that was 24 years ago. Sky documentary comes out. Let me just put this book back. It's in the bookshelf with all my other drug books. So Sky documentary came out. I went into the Facebook groups a little bit after that, after the guy prodded me, and I poked my head in the Facebook group, and I'm going to put it up afterwards on the screen, but I posted a little post which I'm going to read out to you now. And that post said, "Hello everyone, I'm Sasha, the blonde barmaid from Raquel's when it all kicked off. I was on Dispatches in 96 and Sky One earlier this year. In that interview, I told a lot of my story for the first time regarding what my involvement was, what happened to me before Leah Betts died, and what I knew about the link to these deaths. But it all got cut out of the programme. I wonder why. Those apples were very strong." So for people that are just picking up on this conversation, apples were the batch of pills that Leah Betts notoriously is said to have taken an apple that night while at her birthday party at her dad and stepmom's house, that originally said that it was this contaminated batch, and an immediate manhunt or menhunt went on for the people that supplied the drugs. Anyway, before I go further, I'm going to talk about that further in my next one. But for this one, I just want to tell you what happened when I went into that group. So I posted that group up, and I'm going to be very specific. Posted that post in that group, and I'm going to be very specific because I want to make sure we get this completely right. I posted that on, I think it was the 26th of November. Hold on, I'll tell you 1 second. Do need to get these facts straight. I will tell you in a minute, but it was something like, oh, hold on, let me pause. I'll come back to you. So, as I was saying, it was actually the 24th of November 2023 that I posted in the Essex Boys Range Rover Murders Facebook group. And I posted that, hello everyone, I'm Sasha, the blonde barmaid from Raquel's when it all kicked off. I was on Dispatches in 96 and Sky One earlier this year. In that interview, I told a lot of my story for the first time regarding what my involvement was, what happened to me before Leah Betts died, and what I knew about that link to these deaths. It all got cut out of the programme. I wonder why. Those apples were strong. So, 24th of November. 24th of November, which was a Friday. And then that evening at 21:19, now I think I did the other one at about 7 p.m. in that Essex Boys group, and then a certain head doorman that I haven't spoken to since Raquel's suddenly slid into my DMs. I'm not friends with him on Facebook, so it was like, you have a chat message request from Bernard O'Mahony. So this was his request. He said this. I'll put it on the screen. Hi, how are you? I see you are contributing to that daft Essex site. As you are no doubt aware, it is infested with children who know zilch. Just a reminder that anything and everything you say needs to be able to be proven in court. Good to see you again. It's been a while. Ah, that's what you call passive aggressive. So I don't engage with this kind of communication. Let's put it like that. I do not engage. And that was at 21:19 that he sent me that. And then an hour and a half later at 23:49, 10 minutes before midnight, somebody's not had his cocoa. I got another message saying this. I've just reread my message and it sounds a little blunt. My point is this, Sasha. My wife and children have suffered enough because of gossip and innuendo. If someone was present and actually knows 100% what they are talking about, fine. But if they talk to impress others at the expense of my family, naturally I will respond and inflict whatever in reply. These fucking idiots on those groups are clueless. They are playing with people's lives. People they know nothing about. I'm glad you're doing well and appear happy, etc. Good luck and take care. B. So make of that what you will. Hmm. So that was on the 23rd of November. 23rd of November. Obviously ignored it. And then on the 11th of December, I started getting emails. And the 11th, 11, 12, he says this in confidence. Now, am I breaking his confidentiality here? What do we think? Oh, well, never mind. He said, oh, hi, I messaged you about a false allegation. Let me start that again. Hi, I messaged you about false allegations I've been told you intend to make. I accept the fact I've been told me. I accept the fact I've been told means it may not be true. Let's start that one again, shall we? So I was going about my life normally. And then on December the 8th, Colton Leach. Now, we will remember Colton Leach. Colton was one of the bouncers at Raquel's. Colton was always friendly. It wasn't as scary in any way. Obviously, he worked for the head doorman. And on December the 8th, 2023, Colton tweeted, when a person spends so much time desperately trying to damage the reputation of others, it's usually to hide something. Thoughts? See hashtag grooming. With that, and I'll put it up on the screen, was a screenshot of in laughing memory of Emma Elizabeth O'Mahony, who, according to this, Bernie first met Emma at Raquel's nightclub in Basildon, Essex, when she was just 15. A year later, we began to see one another, he says. 6 years on, we moved into a flat in Basildon town centre. On July 16th, 2004, 11 years after we met, Emma and I married in Peterborough Cathedral. 4 months later, my beautiful Emma wife fell ill with flu-like symptoms. I asked her not to go to work, but she insisted that she would be okay. Throughout that week, Emma worked from 8:30 until 9, so she could have extra money for Christmas. That Saturday night, we had a mad one, and on Sunday, we stayed in bed recovering. On Monday, we both went to work, but Monday night, Emma said she felt ill. I told her to stay off work on Tuesday, and before leaving home, I made up her bed and left her everything she needed nearby to make her comfortable. She died on the 2nd of the 12th, 2004. Sadly, just 6 months after they got married. Anyway, I didn't say anything remotely about this. I just asked, does anybody know Emma and what her surname was? Because he said he met her at Raquel's. I literally wondered if I knew her. Next, what happens? 11th of the 12th, I get an email from our friend, says, in confidence, but hi, I messaged you about false allegations I've been told you intend to make. I accept the fact I've been told it means it may not be true. I'm also concerned why you're asking for details on my dead wife, who you have never seen or spoken to. How does he know? It's regrettable I find myself having to contact you, but that is your doing, not mine. I assure you that if you allege anything false or malicious about me, my dead wife, or my family, you will be served with court papers within 7 days. I will send you a copy of this by register post to my address. We'll pause there. So, in this lovely email that I received on the 11th of December, and I am going into this really because this is kind of what intimidation looks like when I literally haven't said anything to anybody apart from gone, hi. And he goes on to say this. I suggest you research DS Derek Nichol of Essex Police before making any allegations about drugs. Had I? When did I do that? He read out a statement to the media stating quite clearly no evidence whatsoever was found linking Bernie to drugs. If you wish to challenge or dispute that, anyone, I hope you have the evidence. B.O. Mahoney. Then he sent me an email again at 23:07 saying, reference, DS Nichol, Essex Police, outside Norwich Crown Court. So this has just been taken off something in the press. Outside Norwich Crown Court, Detective Sergeant Derek Nichol of Essex Police read the following statement to the media. Ready for the statement? In the early stages of the Lear inquiry, there was information which led police to suspect Mr. O'Mahony might also have been involved in drug dealing at Raquel's. Further inquiries failed to reveal any evidence of that, and charges were never brought. I love a pregnant pause, don't you? So that was at 23:07 on the 11th of the 12th. And then on Tuesday, the 12th of the 12th, at 11 a.m., he sent exactly the same email, quoting the statement of Derek Nichol of Essex Police. Yes, I received the one last night. Thank you very much. So, where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at? So, then, if that wasn't enough, 13th of December, the big bully starts contacting my husband. Good morning, Michael. Just so you're aware, because legal action would naturally affect you financially too. I do not know your wife. I've never had a conversation with her. However, prompted by others, she's claiming, and I said this on an open comment on Facebook, Mr. Wolverhampton, who's not invited to anything because everyone detests him. And you get more truth and sense out of talking to the fridge than listening to him drone on. Why he's ever narrated anything about Essex with his Midlands accent? Anyway, I have no idea. Just remember this, as I said in the podcast, pathological liars never tell the truth. It's compulsive for them. And as time goes on, they just can't keep up with all the lies they've told. So this is how it is, basically. And so that went on. And then we got some papers on 13th of December. Oh, I'm going to read it to you. Are we ready? Are you ready for this? Your internet posts. I am writing in relation to various posts you have made and threatened to make online about the nature of the posts is included in Schedule 1. Please note, this is not an exhaustive list. While I am relying on various posts made online, our complaint relates to the following in particular. The Wolverhampton one that I've just read out. In fact, I will read out the whole thing. It said this. Mr. Wolverhampton, who's not invited to anything because everyone detests him, you get more truth and sense out of talking to the fridge than listen to him drone on. Why he's ever narrated anything about Essex with his Midlands accent anyway, I don't know. Remember this. Pathological liars never tell the truth. It is compulsive for them. And as time goes on, they can't keep up with remembering all the details of those lies, so they keep getting caught out. It's clear he's been like this since the 80s. And as we all know, MSM tabloid media is built on sensationalist stories, bullshit, and spin. Does anyone believe most of what they read in The Sun? I first appeared in The Sun in 98. I've been working in media ever since. I've been working in Clubland ever since. Raquel's, and I know the game very well. People will soon learn all about Mr. Wolverhampton. He disgusts and sickens me. That's the truth. You heard it here first. He then goes on to say, the Post alleges that. The Post allege that. It doesn't even fucking make sense. Anyway, it is untrue. I am never invited to anything because I am detested. The respondent. Oh, suddenly the respondent. God, I love being the respondent. In fact, I've never been the respondent before. I've always been the applicant. It is, the respondent does not know me. I do. Not, not well, though. In that way, or be friends with him at any point. Anyway, the respondent does not know me and has never had any communication with me whatsoever. He keeps trying to communicate with me, though. The respondent claims I've been like this since the 80s. In the 80s, I served in HM forces and lived abroad. The respondent would have been a teenager then and would have no first-hand knowledge of what she claims. So in his books, I read it online. This is the information I've been researching. I have messaged the respondent on social media asking her to desist. I don't know why he's calling me the respondent. He's supposed to be like writing to me. Jesus. I have messaged the respondent on social media asking her to desist, but she intends to promote herself by publishing false information about me using my name, or as in this instance, by identifying me by other means. Is everybody getting this? The respondent worked in a nightclub where I ran security 28 years ago. Yes, I have already spoken to several door staff I employed, and none can recall the respondent, but all are willing to attend court to give evidence if necessary. I wonder who these staff are. The allegation. The allegation is false. What allegation? And I have proof that the post contains serious, untrue, and what I believe to be defamatory comments towards me and my business, says the man that can't stop defaming everybody. In publishing the post, the statements are being communicated to others. That's what posts are for. That's what social media is for. Posing a serious threat to his reputation. That has got to be the funniest thing. That happened to me all last year. In fact, this has got to be the funniest thing that happened to me last year. Oh, God. His reputation. These statements seem designed to damage my reputation in the marketplace and divert business away from me rather than have any fair comment basis. Would you like to get in the room and have a chat? The publication of the posts have further caused him and is all likely to cause him serious harm. In particular, the alleged defamatory comment, which will cause serious harm to me, the applicant, and I will seek damages. Honestly, I'm reading it how it says. It doesn't make sense. I believe the post to be defamatory. I therefore require that you remove the post to prevent harm to my business, provide details of the number of such posts made together with the website, undertake not to publish the post again or otherwise republish the allegation, produce an apology. I'm sorry. And a declaration that the allegation referred to is false and defamatory. Publish with equivalent prominence to the posts a suitable apology. Such apology shall be approved to me prior to publication. Oh, sorry. I expect your acknowledgement of this letter and your response to my request by 22nd of December 2023. failure to respond by this date will result in me seeking further legal remedies. Yours sincerely, the internet post. So we're now 5th of April, 2024, and my response is on Liquid Bullet, and I've only just got started. So if you'd like to do any more intimidation, make sure you can write a letter properly, and I look forward to seeing you when we next meet. And so that's from me. Over and out. I hope everybody's having a lovely Friday. If you haven't seen the Liquid Bullet podcast, go and watch it. I'm going to have an espresso martini now, and tune in to Adrian Kay on iStreamRadio.com, which is